Hello, what is up everybody? Welcome to a new Elden Ring guide. Today I'm going to be showing you Millicent's quest line all the way through, and yeah, let's get right to it. So the first thing you're going to need to do, this part can be done in either order. You can either come talk to this man first and then go fight Commander O'Neill, sorry. Or you can go fight Commander O'Neill and then come to our man Gowry. I already fought O'Neill, so yeah. If you want a guide for that, let me know. But basically, he's going to be sitting right here in the heart of Aeonia. Basically, the easiest way to get there is from Inner Aeonia, or there is a stick of Marca right here if you do die. However, that is something we don't want to worry about. So you're going to want to defeat him. He is going to give you a very special item upon his death, this unalloyed gold needle. And that's what we're going to need to progress this questline. So, once you do that, come over here and speak with Gowry.
Oh, a pleasure to see you. A pleasure indeed. I am Gowry, a great sage. In my day, anyway. I'd hoped to ask a favor when one of your ilk came along. A strapping young tarnished, able to cross the scarlet swamp of Aeonia. Don't fret, I'll provide fine recompense. Should you accept, I will teach you the secret of Celia, the town you see there. Ah, then you are willing to lend a hand, are you? I need your help to heal a certain young girl. Her name is Millicent. You will find her beyond Celia, resting at the church atop the cliff, stricken by the rotting sickness.
So yeah, he basically tells us we need to progress through Celia in order to find her, which is fine. It's really not that hard, so we will go do that.
Oh, you found the unalloyed gold needle.
He will only say this if you do have that needle from O'Neill.
The secret of Celia, right here.
So he'll give you Celia's secret. It basically
Now let me have a look.
just says to go to those 3 towers, but we don't need to do that right now.
Well, this is a marvel indeed. The work of a true artisan, a meticulous, bold craftsman who grasps the essence of life. Can you give me some time with this? As well made as it is, it won't be much use snapped in half, will it? Can you give us well made?
So he's going to take some time to look at this. The best way to do this is either to log out of the game and, reload the area, or you can go rest at a site of grace, come back. But what I'm going to do, just since I'm showing you guys how to get through this area, is we're going to go ahead and progress through Celia. And as we progress through here, it's not going to be too bad, honestly. The things you have to watch out for are these mages. They will hit you with these glintstone spells over and over again because they're assholes. Just try to dodge it the best you can. Ow. They're not too bad one-on-one. You can fight them. I'm just not. So you're going to come up here, and there's going to be a small tree here with a seed. And then there's going to be this barrier. Go up to it. Can't do anything. It's a blocked barrier. What you're going to have to do is get a hop here on Torrent. Get on this nice branch right here. This can be a bit weird, but you're just going to want to hop right up here and grab this tower. And see, there is another one over there. That is the boss you get if you light all 3. Perfect. And now, oh, can't summon them right here. The next one we're gonna go get is that one right there. In fact, I got kind of mixed up. Turns out we don't actually need that one. Now, if you do get that one, you will be one closer to that boss fight, which isn't anything really crazy, but it does hide arguably the best staff in the game. Watch out for the cuckoos and all of those guys. They aren't the absolute worst, but they can just be really annoying if you happen to get surrounded. So just watch out. As you can see, like this one, can't drop through there. And as you can see, our place is open. So we are gonna push through. Come over here, grab this item. It's a nice Scarab Helmet. All the Scarabs give you some sort of bonus. It kind of just depends. There's all this. They're mostly pertain to magic and stuff, but you can find it for other things. You like this grace here? We're gonna rest. Now from here, there's two things we can do. We can either go back to this grace and then march up here to see Gowry, or we can progress to Millcent. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go talk to Gowry real fast, because he's gonna give us an item to give to her. And when he gives us this item, that will be wonderful. Just saves us a couple trips, you know? Since I will be honest, this questline will have you going from her to him, from her to him, about 4 to 5 times this time, or at the beginning, if you don't do it in this order. Because then you'll have to run to her, talk to her, then go back to him, and then go back up to her, and then go back down to him, and then go up to her, and then down again. So it's just like, save yourself one of the goes. Come around here, watch out for that dog. Shouldn't really be a big issue, but still. And then here's Gowry.
I have awaited your return. The needle is repaired. Now it will forestall the rotting sickness, I'm sure. Will you give it to the guy? I will reward. Millcent
Perfect.
rests at the church tended to by the witless pests who worship her, or rather her rotting sickness, as a god. A wretched fate, indeed. The poor girl, she never wished for any of this.
Alright, perfect. Do you have any other lines?
Do you find it that I would show? Well, I'm the one that found her. A mere babe in the swamp of it. She is one of my dear, but the rotting sickness, I doubt that she remembers the oh, I must be getting old. Now she's conducive.
Alright. Now we go back to this one right here. So, I'm not a lore expert, so I'm not going to tell you anything about Gowry and Millcent's past. I'm just here to help get you through it. If you want to find out, I'm sure there's a Vati video or something of that sort. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to head up this path. Watch out. Just, it's a bit odd. Giant ball that will move towards you is absolutely terrifying. Another giant ball, also terrifying. So these guys, I would recommend moving around them. They're assholes. They will hit you with this little needle projectile attack. Absolutely terrible. And that's our girl Millcent. Don't worry, those guys won't come in here. Get the sacred tier, acquire your materials, and let's speak.
Who's there? Well, it matters not. If you are wise, you will leave immediately. My flesh writhes with scarlet rot. It is a curse, not to be meddled with by man.
Now, if you didn't have the needle, you'd have to run back down to Gowry to pick it up, but since we do, we can just continue the conversation.
You ask that I stab myself with the needle to quell the scarlet rot. But how? Never mind. I've decided I would rather trust you than simply continue to spoil from within. Would you mind averting your eyes for a moment? Well, that was easier than expected.
So Millicent will fall asleep. Don't worry. Gowry didn't kill her or anything. He didn't mess up the quest. She'll sleep. Rest of this grace. When you get up, she will be up as well. Go back over and speak with her.
I hoped to see you again. My apologies for when last we met. I fainted before I could even thank you. Everything is as you said. Since inserting the needle, the scarlet rot has ceased to writhe. Even the nightmares have abated. And now, though I can scarcely believe it myself, I can move as I please. Not that I could ever truly repay you, but I would like you to have this, by way of thanks. A token though it is. I'm considering leaving. On a journey. With the needle buried in my flesh, I've started to recall, but dimly, my destiny. My name is Millcent.
So the charm she gave you will raise your dexterity by a few points. Perfect for any samurai build or anything of that sort. So now she's going to go on a quest.
I'm considering
Yeah.
my destiny.
So there's nothing more to talk to her about. What you're going to want to do is we're going to go down to Gowry. Now there's a skip you can try to do from here. It's basically a jump down onto a church that you can see from where we are now. You can do it. I don't recommend it. It saves like a couple seconds and the chance of death is like 30 times greater. But nonetheless, it's there. So if you feel like being a cool ninja jumping from rooftop to rooftop to rooftop, well then, go ahead. Just keep pushing up. Run back through our Celia gate. Like I said, there is a lot of back and forth in this quest. Not so much once we leave Caelid, but it's going to get a bit intense later with other stuff. The quests right now aren't hard, they're mostly just go get quests, but later they get a bit difficult.
Oh, hello again. Something about this place felt familiar to me. So I decided to pay a visit I've only perhaps before my departure.
So if you remember, Gowry was basically telling us how people infected with the Scarlet Rot lose their memory. So throughout the whole quest, Millicent will basically just be trying to figure out what her calling is, what her purpose is. It's one of my favorite quests.
Well, never mind that. I must.
Okay, so she will disappear.
Well, I must.
Now is a good time for a spoiler warning. So yes, spoiler warning. I have to show the second part of the game, which is anything past Liurnia, and as well as what is beyond that. These are major end game spoilers, as well as secrets of the game. So if this is something you don't want to get spoiled on, I recommend you click off now. Millicent likes to be next to sites of grace, so as long as you get the grace sites, at least most of them, you should be able to find her. However, if you do not care about that, let's keep going. I'll give everybody a moment to click off if they will want to be here, and 3, 2, 1. We're good. Alright, so we started here. Now we're going to push up all the way, and I mean all the way, over here. To the Erdtree Gazing Hill. Which is far away from where we are now. So this takes a bit of progression. You have to get past the Licht of Dectus. And you have to get to the Altus Plateau in order to get to this point in the questline. Once you get here, it's nothing really that special. You will find Millcent, and she will be sitting there chilling. So rest right here. And just make sure she spawns, even though I think I see her in the distance. I do. And now let's go. So she's going to be standing right over here. Also, I've committed the cardinal sin, so once again, spoilers for the very ending of Elden Ring. 3, 2, 1. All right.
Ah, we meet again. In truth, it's been smooth sailing for me.
So she's chilling.
Scarlet rot has stilled since last we met. As such, though rather vexingly, I realized that if I still had my sword arm, I could have aided you in battle.
So, that's one of the items I have. You're not going to have that option if you talk to her straight away without getting this. Where you have to go is you have to go here to the Shaded Ruins and get this prosthetic. It's right over here somewhere. It's like right here in this room exactly. I have a video on how to get that already on the channel, as well as how to get there. So please go check that out if you don't know. It's basically you go down into this valley and just follow it all the way through. There is literally no other place you can go, and eventually you will hit this area. So yeah, that's where you want to go if you want to get this prosthetic. It's gonna be this item right here. And so yeah, once you get that, come back and talk to her.
Now I'm tracing the path Melania took. After unleashing the power of the Scarlet Rot, I should like to meet her. I think she's in the north.
She is.
In the lands that lie
So now you get the option, give it to her.
Are you giving me this arm? Thank you. I am in your debt yet again. It might be possible if the arm... It might be possible. Perhaps then I can... If the arm... It might
Alright,
be perhaps
perfect.
then I can...
So that's all her dialogue, and now she will move. Once again, you have to progress up to the Windmill Village. Which, once again, I do also have a video on how to get to the Windmill Village, which is going to be the next place to where you will meet Millcent. So this area isn't too bad. You're going to have a couple of old crones that will not mind you until you either A, hit one of them, or I believe until you get to the boss. So I recommend, come through. You're just going to want to kill all these enemies. There we go. Pick up anything that they drop you and go through over here. There's going to be an item to pick up. Doesn't pertain to our quest line, but still don't miss it. Want to keep going, you're going to have these two crones right here. Attack that one first, and then this one. It just allows you to keep the most crones in your view at one time. I don't have a lantern on this character. That's wild. Yes, I do. I'm stupid. There we go. No other reason but to look cool, I guess. Come up here. Don't forget these two They will sneak up on you in a minute. The ones with the hammer are slightly more durable than the others. Alright, you're about to have a boss fight up here. It's a Godskin Apostle. So just know that. The Godskin Apostle isn't the hardest fight in the game by far. He's just a bit weird on how he moves. Simple stuff. So you get the Godskin Rapier as well as the Scourging Black Flame. And now what you're going to want to do is rest at this site of grace. A lot of people miss this because they don't rest for some reason. And she will spawn right here.
Ah, the arm you gave me truly is a thing of wonder. Perhaps it is foolish to say this thus. I would have you. It is the own. I would have you. It is the.
Perfect. Once you express her dialogue here, she will be available for the as a summon for the Draconic Tree Sentinel boss fight right here. It will be right before the Stake of Marika, so be sure to look out for her. Next, you're going to want to do is progress all the way through Lindell in the capital until you get to the mountaintops of the Giants. Once you do, you're going to want to go until you hit the Zormor ruins. Rest there and keep pushing through until you make it all the way across this little spindly piece of rock and you get to the ancient Snow Valley ruin. It really isn't that bad getting here if you just run past all the enemies. When you go across that spindly skinny rock area, there is a giant who will start shooting arrows at you about 3/4 of the way through. So yeah, just watch out for that. Don't be too crazy with it. And yeah, as you see, when you get here, Millcent will be here as well. You must have talked to her in those other places, and you must have given her the prosthetic.
To think we'd meet in such a place. What could you call upon me again? I'm searching for a fool. I heard the master of the... Indeed, the Halig tree is... I'm searching... I heard...
Perfect. So the Halig tree, or Halig tree, however you want to pronounce it, is this fun little area right here where you fight Melania down in the roots. Oh, it's so much fun. So what you're going to want to do is... She is nowhere else here. You have to get to the Halig tree to progress the questline. So you're going to go through the town, all the way through to the plaza, pomade, until you reach, I think it's, yeah, the prayer room. The step after this though, this is where it gets a little bit complicated. You are going to have to beat one of those ugly, writhing tree spirit type of monsters. So there she is, and let's talk to her again.
Again we meet. I can only surmise our purposes are aligned, in which case I am of Melania's blood.
Nice.
But in what capacity, I know not. I could be whatever the case though.
So Melania, I already killed, but even if you kill her, that does not affect this questline at all. In fact, I have beaten the game completely, every main story boss, and I can still do this questline. So you can do this questline until the very end of the game. It's one of those. It's not one that's locked off by the great sin. Nothing.
There is something I must return to Melania. The will that was the dignity, the pride she abandoned. There is something. The will,
okay,
the dignity.
so she's trying to return to Melania. Whether I don't know if this is like an actual thing. I'm pretty sure it's more of a metaphorical, just like something. You never know with these games. But you're gonna progress through all the way until you reach the Drainage Canal site of grace. Now the Drainage Canal is a site of grace. It's right in between probably two of the hardest, most painful areas to get through. But you're going to want to come up here, go up this ladder, and then come out here. And our target is over there. Now, fun fact, there's going to be one of these duck heads right here. Run past him and just run down here and just go and just run and just go and just run and just go. Perfect. So he shouldn't follow. In fact, he shouldn't even aggro that much. And we now have to fight the monster in here. You step in this, it gives you Scarlet Rot, aka not fun juice. So what we're gonna have to do here is hope for the best, because there's literally, if you have magic, you can cheese him from this piece of wood right here, but I don't. So we're gonna hope, and if I die, it'll be embarrassing and you can laugh at me. What I personally like to do is get him to spawn and then leave. Watch out. Perfect. Anybody who's ever fought a tree spirit knows how much of a pain in the ass those are. So right here, as you can see, is what you're going to have to do. You basically get two choices. I'm, however, going to teleport back to the site of grace so that I actually have health. So that boss, he is a little dick. I hate him. He is not fun. He is just dodging a bunch of frantic attacks until he dies. So once again, we are going to push up through here and do the same thing we just did last time. Run past our fellow right here, don't even let him think about it, and just keep on going. Okay, new thing. With this fight, Millcent is going to summon you, you're going to enter her world, and you have two choices. You choose the red summon sign. You fight Millcent, it's very easy, you can kill her in probably 4 seconds. On the other hand, you help Millcent, you take on 3 other Millcent-like NPCs. They all have different weapons, each of them has a different weakness. If you want the item that you're even doing this quest for, mostly, pick this option. Always assist her. It's just, there's no reason not to assist her. I mean, yeah, just don't. So, summon in, and in this fight, you can die. You will respawn right here. However, do not, under any circumstance, let Millcent die. Never mind, it's 4. As you can see, perfect. Listen, I don't even think got hit once. That was a perfect run. So that doesn't usually happen. She usually will almost die, and this will give you one of the best items in the game. It greatly raises attack power with successive attacks. Now, fun thing about that for this build, that stacks on top of this. That's considered a successive attack, meaning that that blood damage on top of this blood damage, on top of the blood damage you could get from this, It's insane. You've seen me annihilate stuff already with this character, but that makes it even stronger. So you're going to want to come over here and talk to her, and this will pretty much end the quest line.
Oh. Hello. Thank you for lending your hand. Without your help, I feel as if I've been in your thank you.
So you'll talk to her, and then talk to her again.
But this, I paused. I took out the tell who that if I am to fly, I would rather rot. Please, the Scarlet soon. Curse laid. I wouldn't once.
What you want to do is
Please, the Scarlet soon.
make sure you exhaust that dialogue, and then back to the drainage canal. The very last part of this questline will require you to actively beat Melania. So yeah, if you haven't done that, you will have to do that. Not right now, not for what I'm about to show you, but after this. Melania is a hard fight, however she is very susceptible to bleed, and I mean more than most bosses are. So if there's any way you can change your build around, incorporate a bleed weapon, go respec at Renala, you can definitely do her. Now if you're a pure like ultra greatsword build, that might be rougher for you. So you're gonna come over here, she will be dead, she will pass away, and you will get the unalloyed gold needle. Now you're gonna basically make your way all the way down to the Haligtree Roots site of Grace. This is the Grace directly before Melania, and like I said, you will have to kill her. Fun note real fast, right here is another flower bud thing. There will be a set of armor right here that is a Millcent's armor set. It will be there if you do the quest line or not, it doesn't matter, but it will be there. So anyway, you're going to want to run through here, you know, fight off Melania, kill Melania, and then you're going to run to this flower. You're going to get the gold needle as well as a somber ancient dragonstone. The final part of the quest, if you can even consider this part of the quest, it's more of just what that item is used for. The quest is done now, Millcent is dead, but to get the full fruit of your worth, you will have to go all the way, and you will have to make it to the Dragon Lord Placidusax's boss arena. It is an optional boss, you don't have to fight him in order to do this, but still, it is something you can do. So you're going to come to the arena. I've already beaten him, but if not, you will spawn somewhere on the edge. It doesn't matter, you can do it from the moment you spawn in. You're going to want to spawn in, you're going to come over here, and you're going to get Miquella's Needle. This subdues the Frenzied Flame. So that's what you do if you don't want to be a Frenzied Flame Lord anymore. So I have the burn on me. I have already been grabbed by the 3 fingers. However, and I've already done the ending. But I don't want to ruin this. I don't know what doing the needle would do to my character, even though I've already done it. I don't think it would do much since I've already killed the Elden Beast, but still, I'm not gonna do it. Yeah, sorry about that. Y'all will have to see whatever that looks like for yourself. But yeah, guys, that is gonna be the very end of this questline. There is nothing else you can do, really. You use that, you subdue the Frenzied Flame, you no longer are the Frenzied Flame Lord. That would allow you to then do any of the endings. Because, if you didn't know, once you have the Frenzied Flame Lord on your character, you cannot pick any of the other endings. Their summon signs won't appear, nothing. So, if you don't want that, you will have to do this. So really think hard before you become the Lord of Frenzied Flame, even though it's the coolest ending. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this guide. I hope you really enjoyed, and I hope you were able to do it all for yourself. If you are having trouble with any of these bosses, leave a comment down below. I may just be free if you're on PS5 to help you out. This has been Elden Papa with another simple guide. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave a nice comment down below. It really does make my day. Thank you so much. I'll see you later.